Welcome once again to the Language Lounge. I am so glad to have you back with us. In our last video, we began our literature journey with the NCERT Class 4 Santoor book. We explored the inspiring poem Together We Can, a beautiful piece that highlights the values of teamwork, unity, and positive action. In today's video, we are going to take that exploration a step further. We'll look at the poetic devices the poet has used to make the poem's message even more powerful and engaging. Now, what are poetic devices? They are like the secret ingredients in a delicious recipe. They make a poem sound beautiful, rhythmic, and meaningful. Let's dive in and see how they come alive in Together We Can. Let's recite the poem once again. Are you ready? Let's go. Together we stand, strong and tall, helping each other, we never fall. Cheering aloud, we shout and sing. Teamwork can overcome anything. Win or lose, we always share. Our bond of trust is always there. With each hand joined, the goal is near. Team spirit fills the air with cheer. Together we shine, our hearts as one. For in our team, the joy's begun. Before we move further, I have a question for you. Do any of the words at the end of the lines sound the same? Read the poem quietly and look for rhyming pairs, words that sound the same at the end. All done? Ready for the answers? Let's reveal the rhyming words. Rhyming pairs: tall, fall, sing, anything, share, there, near, cheer, one, begun. These words rhyme. They sound the same at the end. That's what makes the poem musical and fun to read. Now let's examine this more closely and look at the pattern. We'll start with the first rhyming pair. Tall, fall. Let's label them A, because they rhyme. Next up, sing, thing. These get B. Then we have share, there. That's C, followed by near, cheer, marked as D. And finally, one, begun. That's E. So, the rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, C, D, E. When a poem follows a regular pattern of rhyming words at the end of lines, we call it a rhyme scheme. This poem uses a clear and simple rhyme scheme that gives it rhythm and makes it easy and fun to remember. Now, here's a question for you. What keeps popping up again and again in the poem, almost like a chorus? Let's spot it together. The word together is repeated several times. Why do you think the poet repeats this word? Let's think about it. The repetition helps to highlight teamwork, show unity and support, make the message stick in our minds. This poetic device is called repetition, when a word or phrase is used more than once to stand out and give the poem a steady rhythm. In this poem, together isn't just a word, it's the heart of the message. Now, close your eyes for a moment. Can you picture what's happening when you hear this line? With each hand joined, the goal is near. This line helps us imagine people holding hands, moving together toward a common goal, like a team, united in purpose. This is called imagery, when a poet uses words to help us see, hear, or feel something clearly in our imagination. It's like painting pictures with words. Imagery makes poetry come alive in our minds and helps us connect emotionally to what the poet is saying. Let's listen carefully to this line. Together we stand, strong and tall. Can you spot the sound that makes stand and strong feel like they belong together? Yes, both stand and strong start with the same sound. S. That's a special trick that poets use to make their poems flow better. When words close together start with the same consonant sound, it creates a rhythm. And this technique is called alliteration. Alliteration is when two or more words in a sentence or line of poetry start with the same consonant sound. It makes the poem sound catchy, fun, and more interesting. A fun challenge for you. Create your own line using alliteration. For example, happy hands help or silly snakes slide. Now it's your turn. Try to come up with your own alliterative line and share it with us in the comments below. Have you ever read a poem that made you feel something deep inside? Maybe it made you smile or you wanted to cheer along. Well, there's a reason for that. Let's dive into what makes a poem feel that way. Mood and tone, the heart of the poem. How do the words make you feel? Do they make you feel happy, excited, or maybe ready to cheer for your team? That feeling is called the mood of the poem. It's the emotion the poem creates for the reader. The poet's voice or the way they express the poem is called the tone. In this poem, the mood is full of joy, energy, and team spirit. The tone is proud and encouraging, celebrating the power of working together. So, let's quickly recap. Poets use fun tools like rhyme, repetition, imagery, and alliteration to bring their poems to life. These tricks make poems fun to read and help us feel their message deep inside. And with that, we call it a wrap for today's video. In our next video, we will dive into the exercises given in the textbook. Before you leave, don't forget to like if you enjoyed this video, share with your friends, teachers, or colleagues. Subscribe if you're new here for more fun, interactive videos on grammar, comprehension, literature, writing, and reading strategies. Comment below if you love this video. And don't forget to answer the challenge. See you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning. Bye for now.